Hey guys, Matt Lemke here with Luke Stratton at Limitron booth for Pirate Borg, which they have a Kickstarter going now. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of what we're talking about. I haven't talked with Luke in 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
They gave me a review copy 2 years ago in an adventure that I've actually played 5 times. And
Really?
You're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
Every time they get stuck at the whale randomly.
Wait, which adventure?
The little 30-page one that you had, I don't remember the name of it. It's probably here. You did it as like a giveaway, an extra, your first year here at Gen Con.
Oh, okay.
The Pirate Islands.
That's a lot of them. It's okay.
There's beach, Pirate Island, and then
That's still all of them.
cave. All of them.
Is it black and white?
Yeah, it's black and white.
Buried in the Bahamas. Yeah.
Yes, buried in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And every time we play this adventure, they get to this part where they're leaving the pirate camp city, whatever you want to call it, and we roll randomly, and they get the whale.
On the beach?
Well, they get the whale as a random encounter. They get the whale.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And they always are trying to save the voices in the whale. And some of them get eaten, they get knocked off the boat, and it's like, I'm like, come on, guys, figure it out. Anyway, so new Kickstarter, Pirate Maps.
Oh, yeah. I have a prototype copy from the factory here.
It's my copy now.
It's you want to wait for the real deal because we're gonna have foil embossing on the real.
I saw that, and it looks real.
So
it's doing really well, guys. I mean, it has. See, when I was first got to look at it, I think it was still at around 95,000. And
we cracked 200.
Well, we're over 221 this morning.
Oh, nice. That's
so you
great.
were over 2, and you still have 2.5, 3 days left.
I think our last stretch goal is at 250. So
that wasn't posted yet.
yeah, I think that's the plan though. The last one is 250.
I think you're going to hit 300.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be pretty cool.
I think
The cool thing is it's a really niche product, so for it to be doing well, it's really exciting.
well, it's not. I don't know if it's really niche. I mean,
Well, the thing is that it's all battle maps for a pirate game, so you gotta be
there's
playing
a
pirate
lot of demand for that, though. I mean, you've got entire pirate game miniature games.
Yeah.
So they probably are all eating it up. You got all the different ships. It's really impressive. I'm like, so what brought you to maps? I mean,
Sure. Well, I mean, I was running a Pirate 5th edition campaign, and I needed maps, and I started making them, and then I was like, I think I maybe start a Patreon with these, and I did, and then that was my main thing for years until I started Pirate Borg, and now we do both.
So even before you were doing Pirate Borg, you were doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I made Pirate Borg after running 5th edition for a while. We took a break to play some Mork Borg, and I was like, this is way more fun than I'm not really into like super crunchy systems. I like 5th edition, but especially in a pirate game, like I don't need, spell slots and all these.
That's right. You need rifle slots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I got to work on making maps, and now I've got enough of them that all the major ships are covered in multiple variations. We got forts. We got here. Look, I'll show you. This is the inside here. If I can. And you've got all kinds of stuff: forts, taverns, ghost ships, brothels, monasteries. Here's the inside of a dragon turtle. Yeah.
I mean, it's really amazing. There's over 50.
There's over 50 double-sided, so it's over 100. I think it's 110 maps.
All dry erase.
All dry, wet erase. And I don't have them here, but we have stickers. So all the maps comes without cannons, so that if you're playing in a non-cannon campaign. But then we have stickers for cannons, cargo, skeletons that you can add to the maps.
So the stickers removable and put back?
Yeah, they're static cling.
Okay, yeah.
Clear background.
True stickers. I was like, they're gonna stick and they're gonna get stuck.
They're like a color.
They're like a window cling.
Yeah, like a window cling, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've used them.
Yeah.
They're much better than the word stickers.
Yeah. Sure.
And last summer you guys did another really big Kickstarter.
I think we finished the film. Was it last year? I can't remember.
I think.
I would have thought it was.
No, it might have been 2. It was 2 years ago because it was
ago.
right around the time my mom passed away. So I didn't get to support you as much as I wanted. I was busy with a lot of other things, and I wanted to do a lot more posting on it and try and talk about it, but it just wasn't in the book.
It's okay.
And that was
for this expansion, Down Among the Dead.
Yes.
And we added the starter set, which actually has become like one of our flagship products now.
I would think. I'm a huge fan of starter sets.
Yeah.
Huge
Well, in
fan.
ours, we really work to make sure that it's a complete game and that it has not just like one night of adventure. I think it's like four sessions minimum of content, and it's got maps and character sheets, the cards, everything you need.
So with everything that's been published, how much of our coast, east coast, have you guys explored? Coastline.
I mean, we focus mostly on the Caribbean, so
not a lot. So there's still
well, and also I would say up till now, most of the release content could be anywhere. It's not really, and all the really placed content is coming in my next book, which is called The Dark Caribbean, and that will be like all the different ports and islands in the Caribbean. Yeah.
Just the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Are you going to go beyond that?
We'll see. Right now, I mean, our setting is called The Dark Caribbean, so
That's true.
We'll see. I know we're definitely exploring Florida and and the Devil's Triangle.
You can argue that's part of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You can argue.
But it is the map ends at like just north of Miami. So
yeah, I see that as fair because that's what I mean. I don't know. I'm not a sailor, but I would imagine that's a day or two travel, right?
Yeah, I mean,
By sail.
I think the rules for travel in Pirate Borg are a little bit
More fluent.
they're in favor of the players getting there quick.
Yeah, that's a good thing because travel sucks.
Yeah, like if you have a sloop, you can move 5 hexes a day, and the hexes are 50 miles, and that's probably a little bit. Having sailed in the Caribbean, I'm like, oh, I think it takes like a whole day to go from like the Exumas to Nassau. Like you should not be able to get to Florida.
No, you shouldn't. But travel and role playing has always been a problem.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
The other thing too is it's like you're just putting a fictitious number on it anyway. Oh, it took 2 days versus 4. Like
What we do.
who cares? Yeah. It's about the story. So
Yeah, so it's really easy to go above and beyond. What has been your favorite part so far, besides the success?
Well, I think success is measured in a lot of different ways, and I think our success specifically has been one of people playing the game and building their own community around playing the game in a way that we didn't really expect. Like I thought people would like, oh, we like this game, but like we are the 6th most run game at Gen Con this year. More than Daggerheart. So like we're not, like
Wow.
critically acclaimed, winning all these awards, but more people are playing, and I love that. I wouldn't trade that.
That's really
I
awesome.
wouldn't trade that.
So you're having a great sellout rate too, then.
Oh, yeah, even for the ticketing events?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going well. Yeah. We keep adding
I
more.
looked at getting one in July and I couldn't.
Yeah, we sold out. Like I don't know where it is this year, but sometimes they are all sold out before Gen Con starts.
Usually.
And that's pretty exciting. The people still want. And I think the reality is that like it's really fun to be a pirate and to play at a convention. You don't like it's a good quick game to pick up and play. You can have a really fun time and laugh with your friends. You're not going to be reading rules.
Any big plans for Speak Like a Pirate Day?
Oh yes, actually, let me show you. So this year, Talk Like a Pirate Day is on Saturday. It's always on September 19th. But this year we're doing Parrot Borg, which is a pamphlet that you'll be able to buy in retail stores, where you're playing as a parrot and all of your crew have been captured in a fort, and you have to fly onto the island and rescue your pirates. And you roll up here as a parrot and use your weapons, beaks, talon, razor sharp beak, or spit. And my favorite is Mega Poo. Is one of the attacks that a parrot can make.
That is awesome. This is why I think they're having great success.
Yeah.
They do crazy stuff like this. Like, how many of us now want to play a parrot?
I mean, why does it have to be so serious all the time? Like, have some fun.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's a game built around like smoking the bones of the undead. Like, you gotta let loose sometimes,
Yeah, I was a little bit creeped out by that at first.
It's creepy.
And then, I got used to the mechanics. and I'm very happy with that. And I'm very happy. I didn't actually get any of my players to experience it.
Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
Tyler, you got. Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's Gen Con. And they are
Mike Mason just gave us a bunch of free books, so
you got to take those.
Yeah.
Look at his look on his face was like, I can't believe it. Where were we?
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine. So, what's your favorite part about making all the maps?
Oh man, I mean, I think it's really fun to just imagine yourself in a place, and then you draw it, and then it becomes a real thing, and then people play on it, and then you hear stories about it. So these little places that I've imagined in my brain and drawn end up becoming like real it's almost like you're in Inception, or not Inception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when they're deep in and they're building worlds. Like I kind of get to do that for a living. You know, like build a world, I draw.
Every map in this case is a world.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's,
And you hear the
I didn't even
stories.
think of that. That's
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that's the coolest part. Yeah, about drawing.
So
maps.
what are you gonna announce? When are you gonna announce the next stretch goal?
Oh, that's a question for Zach here. Zach, when are we announcing our next stretch goal?
It has been announced.
He says it's
Oh, it wasn't this morning. It wasn't up.
Well, it's, look in the update. In the
oh,
there's
it's
an
an
update.
update.
Oh, okay.
An update, yeah.
Okay, so if you're following it, or if you just partook, look at the update.
No, I should also mention that the Pirate Borg Map, or the Pirate Map Collection, is part of a trio of projects that are on Kickstarter right now. We're calling it Pirate Borg Boarding Party, and our friends at Westphalia have made Pirate Borg miniatures, officially licensed miniatures.
Oh wow!
And Will, who made Forbidden Psalm, which is a Borg skirmish game, he made a version called From the Depths Below, which is a 5 model versus 5 model versus environment Pirate Borg skirmish game.
Kraken.
Yeah, whatever. Or redcoats or zombies. So that's fun.
I like the idea of a Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken's good. Yeah.
Eats the shit.
Yeah, exactly. We actually have one of them printed. Tyler printed a huge Kraken that's over at the game room.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to get over that. Are there going to be any fleet battle rules in the future?
Well, no, there are no, because the naval combat rules in Pirate Borg are designed to scale up to fleet. They're already
Oh,
there.
that's right. They are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So while you could play one ship versus another, you can design. Yeah, where every player has a ship.
I think we talked about that 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, with Down Among the Dead, what was your favorite part about that? Because that turned into a massive
That project
Kickstarter.
was huge. Yeah.
That turned in. I mean, when I looked at it, I was like, oh wow, this is really neat. And it funded in like what, 15 minutes?
No, it was like a couple seconds. Yeah.
Okay, 15 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember 15. I'm pretty
I
sure it
think
was 15
seconds.
And it went ballistic. I don't remember what it did, but I was like, I looked at it again like 2 days later, and it was like over 300K.
So we did 600K on Kickstarter. But the really cool thing is, this is kind of cheating because it's after shipping. But after backer kit, late pledges, and shipping, we hit 1 million. So
That's amazing, because I mean, like, that was your second Kickstarter.
Yep.
Your second year in business as Limithron, right?
well, if you count the Patreon, maybe third or fourth. But who's counting?
But I mean, like, as a physical present.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
How many books ended up coming out of that?
Oh, I don't remember the numbers.
5, 10?
Oh, well, we had the starter set, the core book. We did Cabin Fever, which is it's that orange book there. This book is we had an itch.io or jam, and all the winners from the jam we published in this book. So that was part of that Kickstarter as well. So it was 3 books, but we also did dice, we did punch out coins, we did neoprene mats. We basically did like all the accessories.
What is this cover called? I love this feel.
It's called a soft touch laminate.
Soft touch laminate. And look at the color on it.
If we're gonna get nerdy, it's a soft touch laminate, but this is also embossed. His arm is embossed.
Yes.
There's a spot gloss on the flames and
That's
no
high gloss.
spot gloss on the Cabin Fever, which is why it looks all
Looks
stick
so
out.
crazy. And just to give you an idea of what they pack into a book,
Yeah.
they don't waste any of their
No, we
space.
don't. We don't. I talk about this a lot, but we're as much, if not more, inspired in a lot of ways by the Mothership guys as the Morkborg guys. So it's a nice mix. We really, really like the dense information and its usable control panel layouts.
Yeah, they pack it in, guys. Like, what is this? It's a price point of.
I think it's
Oh, it's on there.
40.
Price point of $40.
We don't actually print the prices on the books. I don't know why, but
I don't know why either, but hey, anyway, it's about a price point of $40. It's 180 pages,
yeah, it's actually our thickest book.
168 pages,
Yeah.
and it's page to page. There's got to be several favorite parts to working on a Kickstarter campaign like that.
I mean, dude, yeah, I just think it's cool to see people like play this game. Like I said, I think there's been a lot of, like I said,
You've got to be riding a high with that. I mean, it went from something that you probably were like, I hope it does okay, to then bam.
I thought it was going to be like a cool zine, and
Yeah.
I would just go back to making maps.
And now it's a thing. This is the booth is nonstop. I
It's
mean,
definitely nonstop. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
been
then,
great, man. I don't.
all right. So your next project you mentioned, I forgot the name
It's called
already.
The Dark Caribbean.
The Dark Caribbean.
It was supposed to be a big setting book, but I think it's going to turn into a slipcase because it's too big now. So it's going to be,
Seems to be a writing problem among writers.
well, it's, the thing is you start making it and then you get good ideas and then you put art in and then,
Art takes some room, and then you get more ideas.
yeah,
and
like
stuff.
for example, it used to be I had 3 NPCs per page, but I upped the font size and added some more content to each NPC, and now it's 1 NPC per page. So that like tripled the page count for the NPCs, and there's 54 of them, so it's better. But I want it to be, some people think that the original Pirate Borg is a little too hard to read at points because of the font size.
I think I would agree that it was a little on the small side, but you probably had some concerns about page numbers. And
I did, but I don't know why. Like, I could have just added more pages,
Hey, that costs more money.
Yeah, but we don't
More
we
ink,
like to-
more layout.
We
I know.
like
Yeah.
we like to make decisions based on usability and not to say the customer, but the GM. And like if it costs more money, that's okay. I think more it's like I want to fit it all on one page so you don't have to turn a page. So, but this book I'm designing with that in mind. Okay, we're upping the font sizes a little bit, but it's still densely packed and usable.
Well, I think that's actually one of the things that appeals to me about your books.
Yeah.
Is the density on it. It's like, oh, that's not wasted. That's not wasted.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of companies, role-playing game companies, they do stuff in their sidebars and stuff, but it's not the same. You have a style.
Yeah.
That just sets them apart. So the Dark Caribbean, what is the premise of all of it?
So in Pirate Borg, you see kind of an overview of the setting. There's like a 1-page description of each major faction, but you don't get really into the deeper politics or timelines of what's actually happening. The Dark Caribbean is designed with 54 NPCs. There's 6 major factions. Each faction has a list of missions that you can do for them. You can earn reputation with different factions. And then every major port and many of the minor ports and islands are detailed. Like Terror and Tortuga is our free RPG day adventure. I'm going to see if I see one here. Oh, right here. This is a preview from the Dark Caribbean. It's called Terror and Tortuga. Wow. And you'll see here in the middle we've got this. This is a map of Tortuga.
Wow, and it's in full color.
Oh yeah, and this is like each port in each location in the Dark Caribbean is detailed like this. Here, you take that.
Thank you.
So it's a lot of things like this. So basically, it's like a toolkit for your players to go explore the Caribbean, but it's also a living world. Every location and every NPC has a timeline of what happens there or to them if the players don't do anything. But hopefully they do things and change the outcome for your own setting.
Smart codes are really smart.
Yeah, he's looking at a page here with NPC generator.
Especially for free RPG day, guys. Go get one by your local store, man. That random PC generator, Limithron.com. That was really smart. I don't think I've ever seen a company do that for RPG day.
We stole from somebody else, but
Oh, I have not seen that. I see a lot of free
some of
RPG
the,
stuff.
like I think Mouse Ritter has like the QR code for the character sheet in the book, and I was like, that's cool as long as you control the URL. So yeah.
All right. So how many classes are there now? I'm sure you added some classes
Okay,
here.
so there are 8 in the core book. So officially there are 8, 9, 10, 11 total official ones, because there's 3 new ones in Down Among the Dead.
So they're not out yet.
No, those are out. The Antiquarian, the Deep One, and what's the third one? Unlocked Soul, just like someone who's returned from Davy Jones's locker. And they have cool like time shifting abilities and undead abilities. But then Cabin Fever added like at least another 10, and then there are more online. So if you're okay with like stuff that I didn't write, then which you should be, check out Cabin Fever.
And are there going to be any more in
Dark Caribbean? No, there's no plan. Though
That doesn't mean anything.
we have been talking about doing a dedicated Dark Caribbean players book, which would kind of be like almost like a second edition of. I shouldn't even say this because
You don't know if it's true yet.
I don't know if we're actually going to do that. Scope creep is a real thing, people. You got to be like, got to keep it tight, you know. So there's not currently a plan though for new classes.
But it's a thought. It's a hypothetical. It depends on how big his books get.
Yeah. I mean, it's already going to be 3 books. So yeah.
So if it becomes 4, you know what the 4th is.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's very thankful to all you guys. I know
very much.
I am. I'm going to try and make them a staple every year. I'm going to try and play the game more. Like I said, we played 5 times in 2 years.
That's awesome, yeah.
You know, all one shots, and I think we're going to turn it into a full one shot for sure.
Nice.
They might just not have a choice because they want me to run everything.
Yeah.
And you know, I got something to run this fall that's
There you go.
different.
There you
So
go.
all right, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Matt.
I'm glad you're having a huge success.
Hi guys, meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.